Yes. So in the previous lecture, we have started with the concept that is taking out the quantities, in which we are started already. We have started with our first method of taking out the quantity. What is that first method? First method we called it as a center line method. Okay. So what is the different steps that you need to carry out for determining the quantity of the center line method? We will just revise some part. So at first you need to draw a center line for your particular plan. So whatever the plan which you are having, a plan may be of G plus 100 structure, a plan may be of one room kitchen, or plan may be of any civil structure. So whatever the plan that you are getting, your first step is to draw the center line plan. Okay, your first step is to draw the center line plan. After drawing the center line plan, your second step is to calculate the center line length for each and every activity. You have to calculate the center line length for each and every activity. Now, how you are going to calculate the center line length? For calculating the center line length, you are going to consider the center to center distance. You are using the formula like that. You can calculate the center line length for each and every activity. It may be excavation, it may be PCC. And after getting the center line length for that particular activity, next step is to find out, is to prepare the measurement sheet and to determine all the quantities. So I hope that is what we have discussed in the previous lecture, and we have begun with this particular problem. Correct? So as far as this problem is considered, we have started this problem by drawing the center line plan, and then we have measured center to center distance for this particular plan. Correct? Then we have completed the task of determining the number of junctions. Okay, so number of junctions for this particular plan are nothing but 2, and we have determined the center line length for each and every activity, whatever the activities which are discussed in this particular problem. So once again, for your ready reference, I will read that problem once again. So the figure shows the plan and cross section of the wall of a building with 2 rooms. Already it has been there in this particular plan. So prepare the estimate with the quantities. What quantities we have to determine? We have to determine the earthwork in excavation in the foundation. Then second quantity is nothing but the PCC. Third quantity UCR masonry, that is your uncourse rubble masonry. Fourth one is your DPC quantity. Fifth one is your brickwork, and sixth one is your plinth flint. Okay, so these 6 quantities they have mentioned to determine. So we have begun with this problem. The cross section of wall is with us, and the plan for this particular building is with us. So by using the plan, at first we have started to draw the center line. Already we have drawn. Then we have started to calculate. This is what the center line plan is there, and by using the center line plan, we have started to calculate the total center line length for this particular plan. The total center line length for this particular plan is 33.8 meters, and the total number of junctions are 2 for this particular problem. Okay. Then we have started to calculate the center line length for the first activity, that is excavation. How we have calculated the center line length minus 1/2 into n into b, that is w or b, you can give any notation. N is nothing but number of junctions. For this particular problem, number of junctions are 2. Then b is nothing but width for excavation. Now already if you are going to see, the width is been mentioned 900 mm, that is 0.9 meters for the excavation. So we have calculated all the lengths. Then we have calculated the PCC center line length for the PCC, that comes as 32.9 meters. Again, the width of PCC will remain same as that of for the excavation, because above the excavation your PCC bed is there. In 99% cases, the same scenario you are going to observe. So If the PCC width is not given, don't worry. Whatever the if excavation width is not given, don't worry. Take the width which is given for the PCC bed. Okay. Then for the UCR, we have calculated the center line length that comes as 33.2 meters. By using the same formula, center line length minus 1/2 n into b. B is nothing but width for UCR1, and for UCR1 the width is 600 mm, that is 0.6 meter. That is for UCR1, and for UCR2 the width is 500 mm, that is 0.5 meters. Then for your brickwork, the width is 0.4. That is what we have mentioned for the DPC and for the brickwork, the central line length. Now, next important part that we are going to start is nothing but determining the quantities for this particular structure. Determining the quantities for this particular structure. For determining the quantities, what is our first step? For determining the quantities, what is our first step? Our first step is to prepare the measurement sheet. What is our first step? Our first step is to prepare the measurement sheet. Now, what are the contents of this particular measurement sheet? Everybody should have the deep knowledge about this measurement sheet and its contents. Okay, don't forget the contents whole life. Okay, that is serial number 1 or the item number 1. In the second column, we are going to write the description of that particular item or the activity. In the third column is nothing but the numbers. Fourth column will be L, that stands for the length. Fifth column will be the breadth or width for that particular item. Sixth column will be height or depth. Okay, it may be H or it may be a D. Then seventh column will be the quantity. What is the formula to determine the quantity? Formula to determine the quantity equals to, that is quantity of each atom equals to numbers multiplied by length multiplied by width multiplied by height or depth, whatever is given. So that gives you the quantity, and last column is nothing but the total quantity, which will be the summation of all the quantities which are required for all activities. Okay, so summation of quantities of all activities will give us the total quantity. And one more column you can add, that we called it as a remark. Okay, now why this remark is required? Because some special category of work or some special things are there in our particular plan, or some special changes or variations we are going to make in our particular plan. So you can put that that is in remark column. Okay, so there will be one remark column also you can going to add in our measurement sheet. So these are the contents of the measurement sheet. I hope सर्वांना हे तोंडपाठ झालंच पाहिजे. मेजरमेंट शीटचे कंटेंट कुठले कुठले असतात. पहिला आहे सिरियल नंबर, दुसरा आहे डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ द आयटम, तिसरा कॉलम आहे नंबर्स, चौथा कॉलम आहे लेंथ, पाचवा कॉलम आहे विड्थ, सहावा कॉलम आहे हाईट और डेप्थ, सातवा कॉलम आहे क्वांटिटी आणि आठवा कॉलम आहे टोटल क्वांटिटी. आणि यासोबत एक नववा कॉलम तुम्ही ऍड करू शकता, ज्याला रिमार्क असं टायटल तुम्ही देऊ शकता. ठीक आहे. So these are the contents of the measurement sheet. Now what they have asked in this particular problem. Now first thing they have asked in this particular problem is nothing but the quantity which is required for the earthwork. Now here we don't written the we don't have written the description for the excavation work. We haven't written the description for the excavation work. Okay, just we have given the title as earthwork in excavation. Okay, now where this description detailed description is required, this detailed description is required in your abstract sheet. Okay, in your abstract sheet. Now at this particular level, that is in the initial half, no one is expecting that you should write the full description for that particular activity. Okay, in your problem also, whatever the problem been asked in your university examination, they are not expecting that you should write the full description in the problem. In the problem, if the question comes like write description or the description for the earthwork in excavation for the 4 marks, the question is like write a short note on earthwork in excavation for the foundation, then PCC bed in foundation. So in that note, you have to describe that activity in detail. That is description. You have to give the detailed description. Now, what type of the description that you are going to mention. What type of description that you are going to mention. I will share one slide where you will come to know what is description actually for the earthwork which is required. Okay, I will just share one example. Okay, this description may vary with respect to your site conditions and your depth of excavation and your plan. Okay, I will just share one example फॉर युअर अंडरस्टँडिंग की डिस्क्रिप्शन हे कशा पद्धतीने लिहिलं जातं ॲब्स्ट्रॅक्ट शीटमध्ये किंवा इव्हन तुम्ही हे मेजरमेंट शीटमध्ये जर तुम्हाला सांगितलं असेल इन्क्लूड करायला तर तुम्ही ते इन्क्लूड करताय. ठीक आहे, जस्ट गिव्ह मी 1 minute. आय विल शेअर दॅट स्लाइड. I think it is on Google Drive. So just give me 1 minute. My screen is visible, na? Okay, are you going to see the screen Excel, everyone? Please give me some response whether my Excel sheet is visible to everyone or not.
Yes, sir.
Yes, na? Okay.
Yes.
Now if you are going to see what description is there, now what they have asked, like excavation, suppose just we are discussing one simple example I just want to share with you. Okay, now this is the reference number which has been given, 1 BDA, that is 1 part 5. Okay, now from which from where this reference number you are getting? This reference number you are getting from SSR. Okay, whatever the SSR we are having for the year 2021, from that SSR you are having the descriptions for the excavation activity, and from that particular activity you need to choose the correct one. Okay, तुम्हाला एक correct activity choose करावी लागते. Like this example is given, excavation for foundation in earth, soil of all types, sand, gravel or soft murum, including removing the excavated material up to a distance of 50 meters. So this description is for each and every category of the soil. Okay, so you can use it directly for your project also. Then beyond the building area and the stacking and spreading as directed. So whatever the lead and lift we called it as. Okay, lead and lift. Lift means to take the material from that particular whatever the excavated material we are having, we are just going to take it, and lead is nothing but we are going to transport that material and we are just going to make a stockpile. म्हणजे आपण त्या मटेरियलचा ढिगारा करतो. सॉइल जी काय एक्सकॅव्हेट केली ते एक्सकॅव्हेटेड सॉइल काढून ती कुठेतरी एका ठिकाणी साचवली जाते, बरोबर आहे, त्याला म्हटलं जातं लीड अँड लिफ्ट वर्क. ठीक आहे, सो स्टेकिंग that is making the stockpiles and spreading as directed, dewatering, preparing the bed for the foundation, and necessary backfilling, ramming, watering, including shoring and strutting completed. Lift up to 1.5 meters. ओके, म्हणजे जर 1.5 मीटर पर्यंत जर तुमचं एक्सकॅव्हेशन जात असेल, ठीक आहे, 1.5 मीटर पासून तुमची जी डेप्थ इथे मेन्शन केलेली अप टू डिस्टन्स ऑफ 50 मीटर फॉर ऑल टाइप्स ऑफ दी सॉइल, सँड, मुरुम, ग्रॅव्हल, व्हॉट एव्हर इट मे बी. ओके, सो हे डिस्क्रिप्शन अशा पद्धतीने लिहायचं असतं. हे ॲब्स्ट्रॅक्ट शीट मध्ये लिहिण्याची गरज असते तुम्हाला. ठीक आहे, व्हॉट एव्हर द ॲब्स्ट्रॅक्ट शीट दॅट यू आर गोइंग टू प्रिपेअर ना, दॅट इज आवर नेक्स्ट टास्क. at that particular abstract sheet you need to describe your quantity, your activity in detail. So likewise you can describe that activity. Yeah, okay, just one example I have shared. Then second example, that is for the PCC. See how they have written: providing and laying in situ cement concrete in a proportion of 1:4:8, that is M10 concrete it is there, of trap, granite, quartz or gneiss metal, that is your coarse aggregates, for the foundation and bedding, including bailing out the water, foam work, compacting and curing complete. So that is nothing but for the PCC they have mentioned such category of the description. Okay, these descriptions, that is selection of the proper description, you require to refer the SSR, that is State Schedule of Rights. How it is been there, how we are going to refer it at the time of our completion of the project. Again, this particular problem I will tell you, so don't worry about that. Just I want to share how the description is there for any activity. Yeah? And this Excel sheet I have prepared, this is for common residential construction. We have completed one task, so you can take the help of these descriptions also. Okay, this will be ready for everyone. This is available in my study material, so everyone can have the access for these materials. Okay, and one more magical thing in this, I have hidden this particular tab. I will tell you afterwards what is that hidden thing which has been there. Okay, so coming back to our problem which we are discussing. Where is the problem? Yes, now the problem is visible to everyone, na? Okay, coming back to the problem. So measurement sheet, so earthwork they have asked to determine. Okay, everyone can see the problem which we have there. Measurement sheet, everyone visible? It is visible to everyone, my measurement sheet? Please respond, somebody will respond quick and fast. My measurement sheet is visible to everyone or not? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so one more thing, we are having just 4 minutes to conclude this session, first session. So please rejoin the lecture immediately at the end of this particular session, and don't take too much time to rejoin, otherwise we are going to waste our valuable time. So coming back to the point, the first quantity now they have asked is nothing but our measurement sheet, earthwork in the excavation. See what they have asked: earthwork in the excavation. I will use the lighter so that, see what is the first thing they have asked to us. They asked to us the earthwork in the excavation, that is in foundation. That is the first quantity that we have to determine. So how we are going to start? I will write the first item number, that is 1. I have written the description as earthwork in excavation for the foundation. The number will be 1 because at only one time I am doing the excavation. ठीक आहे, या रूम साठी मी एकदाच एक्सकॅव्हेशन करतोय. ठीक आहे, मग एक्सकॅव्हेशन करताना because I'm going to consider the center to center distance, so directly whatever the plot area or the whatever my built up area which has been there, I will going to completely excavate. Okay, the case may be different if you are dealing with the pile foundation or any other category of the foundation. We will discuss that things also, but for this particular time please remember earthwork in excavation आपण एकदाच घेतोय, एकदाच एक्सकॅव्हेशन करणार आहोत त्या 2 रूम साठी, म्हणून नंबर्स विल बी 1. ठीक आहे, नंबर्स विल बी 1. व्हॉट इज द लेंथ? L 32.9. ही लेंथ मी कुठून घेतलेली बघा. दिस 32.9 इज नथिंग बट द लेंथ विच इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द एक्सकॅव्हेशन, जी आपण फाइंड आउट केलेली. सेंटर लाइन लेंथ माइनस 1/2 n into b, यावरने ही लेंथ काढलेली. दिस इज द लेंथ विच इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द अर्थवर्क इन एक्सकॅव्हेशन. ओके, एक्सकॅव्हेशन करण्यासाठी किंवा अर्थवर्क इन एक्सकॅव्हेशन ह्या ऍक्टिव्हिटीसाठी तुम्हाला सेंटर टोटल लेंथ किती लागणार आहे, तर ती लेंथ आहे 32.9, की जे आपण बाय युजिंग द फॉर्म्युला सेंटर लाईन required for the excavation equals to total center line length minus 1/2 into n into b, या फॉर्म्युलाने ती डिटरमाइन केलेली 32.9. okay, so that comes as 32.9. then width is 0.9. how it is 0.9? see the particular cross section of the wall, see this particular width, it is 0.9. okay, 0.9 width किती आहे, 0.9 आहे. then height or depth 1.2 meters. okay, किती खोल खड्डा मला खंदायचा आहे, किती एक्सकॅव्हेशन करायचं आहे, 1.2 मीटर. आता हे 1.2 मीटर कसं आलं, ठीक आहे. फॉर दिस सी दिस पर्टिक्युलर डिस्टन्स, वेअर इज द ग्राउंड लेवल, here is the ground level. see are you going to see this GL and PL I have written, correct? so GL is here. okay, so from the GL whatever the total depth which has been required is nothing but the height or depth for that particular excavation. कारण आपल्याला एवढा सगळा खड्डा खंदायचा आहे ना, या डेप्थ पर्यंत आपल्याला खंदावं लागणार आहे. that is nothing but the by which we will get the total quantity. मग ही टोटल हाइट मी कशी डिटरमाइन, सॉरी टोटल डेप्थ मी कशी डिटरमाइन केली. सी द फर्स्ट डेप्थ which is being given 60 centimeter, that is 0.6 meters. then 40 centimeter, that is 0.4, so that comes as 1 meter, and this is 20 centimeter, so that comes as 1.2 meters. always remember, whenever you are going to calculate the depth for the excavation, you need to calculate the depth from ground level only, okay, and not from the plinth level. plinth filling is the different part, we are going to fill the material, not going to excavate. okay, but from the ground level up to what depth we are going to make the excavation, that is what we have to consider. so always remember, for the excavation purpose we are generally considering from the ground level whatever the depth which is required. okay, so that comes as 1.2 meters. so here I have written as 1.2 meters. so quantity will be equals to n multiplied by b multiplied by, sorry, n multiplied by l multiplied by b multiplied by h. if you are going to multiply it, please do